Can you see me? Oh yeah, I'm on alright. Let me see. Right, now, at least I can see this thing working properly. On the last time I put it on the wrong plug hole. That is the voice part anyway, you know. Imagine plugging the sound into your speaker system when you should be plugging it into the mic system. So, this is where I'm at today, you know what I mean. I don't know what else to say. It's the Sabbath day, so that means what? A day of rest from all our worldly labours, isn't it? Yeah, anyway, I don't suppose I've got anything good to say. I do all the talking on Twitter. And all I can say is I'm not allowed to be sort of out of this racket according to my feelings on it anyway, and his feelings, which is mainly what predominates. They tend to make you do, well, to do their bidding without you even expecting it to be so, but it happened anyway. First of all, they make you do their bidding according to dogma. Then after that, they make you do their bidding according to, what do you call it, peer pressure. And it's quite possible that a lot of it is due to the peers we have around us who give us a sense of what's real and what's fake. The master plan that we're all engaged upon. Now, some people think they can create their own master plan, and yet everybody's free to choose, especially the believers, how that will pan out for their own lives anyway. Other people call the master plan something heathenistic, but I'm calling it a Christian master plan. And it's always been called that by our church group anyway. The church I went to always emphasised the master plan, and it was like, what do you call it? Something to do with the holy days anyway. It was a sort of a blueprint to do with what is the plan of life, and how few will be saved in order to obtain it. Actually, they taught that most people aren't called to understand it all. Only the first groups are like, our church was. They call us first fruits, and all the others are in the clutches of Babylon. Well, that didn't make us very loving people, to be sure, but at least I managed to go to work. Yeah, because I learnt later on that it was all quite erroneous, to be honest with you, considering how that it turned into a group of people who suddenly worshipped Jesus, rather than kept informed about all the holy days and all the legalistic aspects of their worship days. Well, that is why I've got more comfortable with being a part of a member of society at large, although that hasn't actually helped in terms of, what's the word, progressing to such an extent that I could actually exploit people. No, I'm not exploiting them, but everybody's exploiting everybody else. Nobody has the last, shall we say, fuck shit say over it. No, it's all caring and sharing, isn't it? And, well, I used to write about that myself in this caring and sharing newsletter I wrote to my invisible audience, by the way. I just had a couple of friends on it. But, yeah, that's where I got my practice in writing from. It didn't last too long, maybe a year or two. Yeah, I managed to learn to write in those newsletters, my thoughts down. And I used to give it to a typist friend of mine who used his computer at the time. Whereas I used to write it on a typewriter, just like the olden days would have made possible. Now I handwrite it because I stopped using the computer. I mean the typewriter, and he would do the typing, and after a while I got tired of it. Naturally, but we did part ways though, and a few others parted ways, and I'm kind of missing them. Even though if I wanted to, I could even actually go back to see them, but I have a funny feeling it isn't meant to be. But it can actually change in the long run though, because I feel that what we're not having now, we will ultimately be having in another period of time, and that new period is what God prophesied of making all things new. Behold, I'll be making all things new. It doesn't come about for nothing, does it? If it did, it wouldn't be new then, would it? But I think it will be so new that I won't look like this. In fact, what you're seeing is only a shell of what I'm supposed to be looking like. This is the shell, and I don't know how I'm going to continue with this Twitter movement in terms of that change. But I do think the change will be inevitable, and I do think it will be quite spectacular, and who has it is a part of it. I know I don't often talk about it, I just feel this is true, and I'm not surprised considering how they watch one another or in the media towards that end, and I'm only referring to that in a light sense of the word, rather than in a deeper sense. Most of them don't get it anyway. You have to read between the lips or their lines to get that. Most people think they'll carry on with the system, but I don't actually believe that. How can anyone believe that when, if you were looking at this world, it ain't going to last like this? How can it last like this? I mean, you're going to have sheep in the church. But it's basically looking for the return of the Messiah, much less the return of young Turks from all sorts of places. Anyway, that is basically what I'm going to say about that, and whether I'm going to come back to you or not is another story. Right now, I'll be content to leave you with these messages, with this message. And until next time, goodbye, friends.